with, and it was the map that they banned the most, even if they didn't have a permaban in the region. And it was a little bit of that same case for Nova. We saw in that interview that you had with them where you asked them about Bind, and they're like, we hate Bind, we hate Bind. So I don't know. Maybe it was a little play.
It probably was, but I'm excited to see it because I'm actually a fan of their Bind. I love the fact that they lean on the Breach. Nobody really plays Breach on Bind, but as I said, the double initiator, Ninetails, I hope they lean heavily onto it coming to this event. Set up Donna to be able to have those frags. They use Breach really well on this map, so I'm excited to see 332 on the Viper because the way that she gets space, insane on this map. So having that Breach as a pocket pick really helps 332 run it down and get space.
Yeah, Breach, you mentioned it hasn't really found favor amongst most teams in recent days, but it feels like a good Breach has just so much agency in impacting rounds, both individually and then also setting up players around them, as you were just mentioning. We're just a couple of moments away from Agent Select between Ninetails and Nova here in this opening match of GCC 2025 from the historic Lowell Park in Seoul, Korea. Drad, we talked about this earlier in the pre-show. Now that you know that we're starting off on Bind, and now that you know what the rest of the map pool, will have for us, are you expecting a little veto, or does that not really fit the mold?
I'm gonna say no for these teams. I'm gonna take the risk. I'm gonna say no for these teams and for these maps. So again, anything can happen. I feel like that first map of Bind is going to be the real test to see if they change a lot from what we saw in the regions, or if it's going to be remaining keeping things the same as we saw before.
Which you're probably expecting, right? Given some of the conversation we were having earlier, Potter, around how it feels like this is a surprising pick for both teams. Are you expecting something different?
I'm not. I hope not. I hope that Ninetails stick with the Breach on this map. I hope that they've just refined their game plan. But, teams are kind of leaning on the double Sentinel, and I'm using Astra as a kind of quasi-Sentinel in this composition instead of the Brim. It's really not normal. We're not used to seeing it on Bind, but the Astra and a Sentinel, the veto that we're talking about, is definitely a possibility.
Yeah, I think being able to bust out a champ like that in a situation where, again, a debut for one of these two teams, there's a lot of youth, maybe, inexperience, some might even say.
A freshness.
Yeah, freshness for both sides, and then to be able to make a statement right off the bat, I think will certainly make things interesting. We're seeing a little teaser there, or perhaps a little spoiler on the screen. It seems like a Brim.
I see that Brimmy with the stimmy.
Yeah, a little Brim will be hovered and presumably locked in on the side of Nova. Shirazi's a player that we mentioned earlier on. The veteran experience, if you're stepping onto the stage with some younger players around you for the very first time, Potter, if you're in Shirazi's seat here, what are you telling your team?
I mean, just play like you practice, right? Sure, you're gonna have a little bit of nerves, and there's some fans that are here to give us our energy, but accept it and embrace it. I think, just being okay with the nerves being there and letting your teammates know that it's normal, I think goes a long way.
Yeah, kind of feed off of that a little bit. We saw a little teaser of some agents that were hovered. I don't know that anything was quite locked in yet.
I saw for the 1 second I saw a sky, and I'm like, wait. Sky?
I saw a sky.
But then I looked down, and then it was gone. So I'm not sure if it's real or if it's fake.
We're being lied to already.
And I didn't see anything else as well. One thing I want to say though for the set of Ninetails is that no matter what composition they play, I feel like one of the things that could be a difference maker for them to get the victory today is try to get more space. When I was watching, what they were doing in the region, something that they were lacking a little bit was to get a little bit more space on the defense, was on the attacking side as well. How aggressive you're going to get once you get that spike planted. How much space are you willing to take? I feel like that was something that was missing from them before. And when you're going against a Nova that like to do that, like to play aggressive, it is a must need if they want to get the win.
Yeah, and the last time that they played this map, Ninetails, at least for them, I stopped counting after 3 losses where they lost a 2v1 conversion, and they had every advantage to be able to convert those rounds. So I think for Ninetails, they should feel a bit of confidence coming in because those were rounds that on paper they should have won, and had they converted those, their Bind record and how they feel about this map is probably completely different coming into this event.
So would you say that that's really the adjustment that they were probably looking at? I mean, when you've got so many little micro decisions happening that impact a round, you really are in a spot where 1, 2 calls a different way perhaps entirely change your outlook. Do you think that's what they were improving on heading into this?
Absolutely, and I hope that they don't overthink it and you know, they just keep trying to keep it simple or simplify it as much as they can so that they know that we were right there. It was right there for the taking, and they just fell a little bit short. And those clutches, the 2v1s, if you start overthinking those kinds of rounds, it just gets worse and worse, and you kind of build your own snowball to go the other way. So for Ninetails, I hope they keep it simple, and I feel like I just saw a breach, but I don't know. Now I'm thinking maybe they're just going to go.
The breacher.
I am,
You're just seeing
but
things
I feel
out.
like it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
Dryad, to what Potter was just talking about earlier, it's got to be hard to convince yourself, to convince your team that we've got this pretty bad history with the map. But I promise you guys, if we just fix one or these two little things, it might make a difference. We do have agents up right now. We are seeing the sky on the side of Nova, and it's being hovered. I don't think it's been locked in quite yet, but I am seeing a veto.
The Astra veto, they're doing it.
Yeah, that's what you were talking about earlier. How do you see those dynamics play out, Potter?
This is kind of a quasi-Fnatic comp here that we just saw at Champs with the Tejo coming into the mix. I love this comp. I'm a fan of it, but it requires a lot of synergy. But it makes sense for Ninetales. So instead of the breach, they're bringing in the Tejo to be able to give that cross-map help with the missiles. I think that the Sky change, I am a fan. It's going to allow Ninetales to be a lot more mobile, take those TPs and fight towards that shower whenever they want. Both teams with the Sky, that dog really changes that TP fight.
Yeah, you can crunch back showers. There are so many different things that you can do. You're absolutely right. I think we touched on the Tejo as well, another agent you don't see very often, but the Waylay being locked in, Dryad, for the side of Ninetails. Actually, it's all locked in now.
Yeah,
what do you make of the comp?
I'm so excited to see this. We talked about Dana and how aggressive she can be. We talked about 3-3-2 as well when she's playing a little bit of that lurker, when she's playing that Viper, how much space she's getting. So now it seems like they can find a balance between the two that we've really never seen before. They were talking about that they were cooking something, so now we finally get to see it. I'm so excited.
And the more and more I think about it, the more and more excited I'm getting for Ninetales comp. I love the fact that they're leaning on the Waylay for Donna. I think that they didn't have enough Waylay coming into a month ago in the qualifier, so I love that they're busting out the Waylay. I think Waylay is the sexy flavor of the month right now and probably the best duelist. So for Donna, she should be really comfortable on this agent.
But also, to be fair, on the side of Nova, even if this composition looks pretty simple, pretty standard for those individual picks, I feel like this is something that I would like for them to go with. We have to remember China in Game Changers, they have never won even one single map. So sometimes you just want to keep things simple and see if you can get that win that way.
And we've seen that composition, or at least a couple of different variations of it, have proven to be successful on the international stage. I think there's a lot of pressure that the deadlock can offer, so I'm really excited to see this play out. It's almost like old school versus new school on how this sets up. So I believe we are ready to go ahead and throw it to the casters. I am getting confirmation of that either which way. I believe we are, yeah. So as we think about these comps, again, we talked about the old school versus the new school, and we touched a fair amount on the veto and the Waylay and things like that, but we really didn't zoom in on the veto specifically. So, Potter, I want to go to you first. What do you make of the veto, and how does that work on the interaction, particularly alongside the Astra?
I think it's really interesting because both teams have a Sentinel, and on Bind, you don't even run Sentinels that often, at least in North America. Yeah,
sure, it's not common.
You run Bind without a Sentinel, so both teams have a Sentinel. One has 1.5 Sentinels. So this on the defense, they're definitely going to, what we talked about before, the slow game, the slow changes in this new meta. We're probably going to see it here on Bind to start in this debut.
Yeah, I think veto certainly adds a different wrinkle to the situation, and so we are ready indeed. The maps are locked in, the agents are locked in. All that's left to do is toss it over the casters. Mimi and Ender, take it away.
Thank you very much. We are going to be jumping quickly into the match here, Ninetails versus Nova, not wasting any time with an early fight into Sam Clem already starting this walk-up. And it's Clem to take this fight up against Ever. This paint shell forces Ever out into the corner, and Nova will take the first kill of the tourney.
And that was the spike down. Only Full Moon to contain, so has to walk back in and await those long rotates from the other side of the map.
Great stall here over on B with the forward deadlock wall as well, so that means Ninetails have to make some noise while Full Moon takes that kill on the B site. Things start to slow down here.
So now it becomes normal. Spike will be picked up, and time for Ninetails to work back in wherever they'd like. Getting that pick into Hookah is so big for them. being able to not only even the odds, but recreate the question of where they've ended up. And with how they're posturing on the map, I'd expect pressure B and then TP back into that veto late round.
Yeah, Samsami's veto. We'll see if she can find anything through showers. But really, Ninetails have worked the clock down. We're under 40 seconds on the clock. Alyssa still has stall utility over on the B side as well. The wall can go up, Snakebite in the inventory too. So Ninetails need to be convincing, need to try and take out Alyssa here. As the stall comes down, we're on to 25 seconds now, and Ninetails have yet to do anything. They haven't created enough pressure on this side of the map, and finally, Samsami starts to work. Nova holding, still jumping. We're on 15 seconds now. This is crazy. And now the teleports come on through as the kill comes down. Ninetails don't have time to play this round. It's all winding down now with Icebox taking the offline. There's no time to even plant the spike. Absolutely no chance at all. Icebox finds 3. Can't quite get the 4th, but it's China's Nova to take the first round.
That is a ridiculous pistol round to start this tournament. Okay, what happened?
I mean, it started with this early pick, and then the map control just blew up.
Yeah. This skill I thought would be the easy way back in for Ninetails. So they get a freebie towards Hookah, they open up the map and get to play how they want, but they're so slow to actually apply that pressure towards B. They needed to be feigning that hit much earlier so they could bait out the utility and then kind of feign a second time before pivoting. Instead, they wait till the very last second and lose a round that could have been theirs.
So Ninetails on pistols now, and they're going to have to try and find some answers to the stall that Nova have. Of course, the 4th deadlock wall this time put down on A is so good at stalling, and it's really interesting seeing Shirazi pick up that agent.
Yeah, Ninetails going to go full out showers, just try and get a spike down, but look at this stall utility.
Exactly.
So much to keep you at bay from this defense.
The great net out from Shirazi. Now she can skirt around the left-hand side of this box and just mow down Ninetails. Keep things simple, and there's no chance for actually Ninetails to split into the site because the deadlock wall combined with this Viper orb stall things out beautifully on the A side of the map.
It is really nice stuff. There's a lot of interesting things going on with the comps that got picked. Last time Ninetails played this map that us was talking about at some, they were running a breach comp, which in itself is already a little unusual. Now they've completely changed their ways to lock in the veto, lock in this waylay as well, and I think we'll have a lot of time to talk about the veto in the second half, where I feel like he is way more impactful. On the attack side, it's a lot more, I think it almost plays a little bit like a deadlock, where so much of your impact comes like if you can get this spike down, and if you can then use the util in the later rounds and stop a retake from coming in, or if you're like conditioning something at the very start. But he's definitely a little tougher to get consistent value out of on attack.
Yeah, maybe treat him more like a chamber, how you try to get some opportunities to get some lurks going, rather than play off of the actual powerful utility in the kit.
Yeah, those TPs are quite nice to be able to lurk up, have a quick rotate back towards your team.
It's worth taking a moment to slow things down for a bit here, because Ninetails, of course, getting to play on home turf here in Seoul. Already actually packed the stadium on day 1 to see them play.
First time a Korean team has made it to GCC, and getting to do it in Lowell Park, the most iconic venue for esports in South Korea.
So, of course, winning this opener, putting up a big showing, resting in the stakes here, as well as just setting yourself up nicely in the tournament. It's a very different story on the other side for Nova, where you'll recognize a lot of these names. You'd see Clem play on the big stage before, Shirazi as well. And yet, a Chinese team has never taken a map at a GC championship before.
But important to note, this player's not playing for China before in this round, though. Shirazi already using util, very stuck here.
Yeah, a little double dash from Dana. It makes things confusing, but Full Moon is there with a nice kill. Icebox to fire back from backside, and then pressure into Lamps, but this Molly's a little bit too delayed, and as these shots come in, trading back and forth. Full Moon finds herself on limited HP. Eyes out from Heaven, and a Snakebite to flush out bench. Nice shots from Full Moon there as well. I mean, beautifully working. The movement there is impeccable on the sky. Now Cheer left in a 1-on-2. And the star on the spike, making this bonus look nigh impossible. There comes the pull, and Cheer hoping that someone is going to swing her. Now forced to go for the half stick, but the stun is just picture perfect. Ninetails on the board.
First one for them. Ninetails, very nice just mechanics on display there. I want to look at these skills again. This was the opener. Shirazi definitely could have gotten something done, but the Waylay pulls the attention. And then it was all about Full Moon. We had 1 health for both these engagements, fighting back site. And this is the give or take of this team. Potter was talking about watching them play domestically and them losing an uncountable amount of 2v1s. They do that. They also win rounds like that, where they just send someone solo back site and kill everyone. Very aggressive team, very risky team in the way they like to play.
You'd have to be a little bit more controlled, I think, versus this defense-sided comp of Nova's. It can be very hard to break this utility, so it's important to scout out in the early rounds, figure out where the deadlock's going to be set up. Right now, Nova have 3 stacked into the B side. Shirazi
has almost always used her wall at the beginning of these rounds, though.
Clem with an op in hand. Saved through that, and now completely catches out Ever. This dog comes in a little bit too delayed. Even the paint shells cancel the dog, so a big piece of scouting utility now gone.
Ninetails are going to reset away from the op. Keep enough pressure with the Sky to try and make it feel like there'll be a hit, but with how far forward Clem is posted, she's really not going to bite on this. There's still deadlock util and 2 players ready at A.
And the concern is that Nova could jump in the teleporter, so it's actually Full Moon still lurking on the B site while this exec gets underway on A. Utility pulled, and Haste has managed to slip into the site. Eventually, Ninetails are going to want to go back into Full Moon. That's a great pick. Now the teleports come on in, but Clem is still here. The shot goes just awry, but the second one connects. Clem now dancing around, but Donna shuts her out. And now 20 seconds left. It is just mayhem on the B site. There's lurks on the map, but the spike is down inside of the tube. And now Donna needs to do everything on her own. Haste is just not close enough to the rest of the team. It's another round where Ninetails get punished working late into the round, late on time. And this lurk just doesn't come soon enough.
It's going to continue to get more read into if you're trying to play like this. That's the second round that you're mentioning, where they're just calling late back into a lurk without any other options. Look at the utility that Nova has to stall. They're playing not only double controller, which is already like the standard on this map for good stall, but they're also adding the deadlock in. And that's essentially a full 3rd stall agent, which means even if they're playing slow like this, they need to be doing more kind of feigns into sites to bait that util out, or they're going to just run into the same utility in every late hit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm counting 1 agent on Nova's comp that doesn't have, like, traditional stall, and that's Sky. Yeah. And even then, you've got flashes to interrupt things and keep it complicated. So it'll be Ninetails here choosing to call a timeout after falling down 1-3 early on.
Yeah, but I do want to take the moment to talk a little bit about Nova, because we did go right into this game. China has never won a map in GCC. We've had 2 events where players have shown up. You might know Clem from one of them when she was playing with the EDG.
EDG, yeah.
But the rest of this team is pretty new. They were 2nd place to ALG last year, just barely missed out on the opportunity to represent China. But now they've come back in and they've stolen some players that GCC fans will be familiar with. Shirazi and Alyssa, both of who were on top teams from APAC, attending GCC. Shirazi especially has really been known as one of the veterans of that scene. So they thought, hey, we'll bring over these experienced players, we'll combine that with some of the young Chinese talent that we already have, and created a team that ran through China to qualify here.
Yeah, so fair to say that Nova have some of the highest expectations we've seen coming out of the region, coming into this tournament to close out the year here.
And what a pressure it is for Ninetails, the first Korean team to represent at one of these events, at home to open against them.
Now forced down onto the light by just a couple of sheriffs on the Veto and the Waylay.
You'll see Shirazi trying to be aggressive early rounds because you do get a refresh on that net. If you can use one early, get it again, it's good news for a deadlock.
Yeah, Ninetails couldn't really punish the suppression.
They're ulting for this.
And here we go. Donna wants something into the backside. Double dive on in, now slips on back. Cheer creating some pressure with Alyssa, and it's a good flash over the top. Nova running circles around Ninetails right now. Even with the Waylay ult coming down into the site. It's Samsami hiding over in elbow. Now cut down 3 kills for the Viper that round.
Interesting to try and invest the ultimate there. I think that they heard someone falling back into elbow, thought they could just get that double dive in and split the site players. Unfortunately, Nova had already fallen back very far here and were in a position where they were waiting for the hit to come through and just needed the one flash to get back on the line. And completely circumvent that utility.
And now, Mimi, my concern is with dropping that major ultimate into the equation, Nova now have a showstopper. They've got a deadlock ult, a sky ult coming in as well. So much power in this next round.
Oh, good. You've got a man who's immune to those ultimates. Well, they used that one this round. First time that I've really gotten to see a Vito in play for a VCT global event.
Yeah.
It's really the first debut of that agent.
I mean, we've got a new agent. We've got major changes to just about every single agent available.
Yeah, I could still use more side in the mix if possible.
Clem now thinking about stepping forward. And it's a great hold from Samsami. Gets that first kill, but still Ninetails not accelerating just yet. They want to regroup with numbers and punish back into the A side.
It's a good rotate from Nova, though. They'll pull 3 players over towards this A site. Shirazi has an ultimate, has her net available as well. There is still a potent stall util on A.
Ninetails, once again, Donna into lamps. And Alyssa, who found 3 kills in the last round, about to be under immense pressure.
Spike planted.
Considering which fight she wants to take, is now Nova fully underway. Getting back into the site, Everlock's down in lamps. Nova only with 2 surviving. Samsami already evolved. Absolutely nothing they can do unless Icebox marches on forward.
But these players are now offside. It's the second phase of the post-plant stall with the missiles, with the pull. It's so hard to get onto that spike in time.
That smoke coming down, but that stall is still there. The fight on through. Samsami finds 3. And Full Moon gets the last. So Ninetails up to 2 now. And bounce back after a couple of tough rounds.
And they show a lot of patience that round. Just get walked into with the operator for a free opening pick. And that's what this comp is really built for. When they get in the post plants, it is so hard to beat them. Because you have players who are going to want to fight up, like the ult on display. Their first time, I think, we'll see in VCT, where that ultimate actually dodges you out on a deadlock ult.
Just get to tank every single ability that's thrown at you.
Yeah. It's great into this comp because you have deadlock, you have raise, you have a brim ult as well. All of those are just trying to kill you, and you're immune.
Yeah, it's just that simple. Vito is immune. The Ninetails, well, they've noticed that Clem loves to go for these early walk-ups. We've seen it in 3 of the 6 rounds so far. Is Clem just taking a timing? Not to be the case this round. Instead, Ninetails push forward down long B, grab up an orb for themselves, and feel great.
There's the use of the interceptor there. Throw it up while you're grabbing the orb to prevent a sky flash reclear play. You often see trap plays towards long there.
Oh yeah.
And that's a hard counter.
Be fun to see how much more value that interceptor gets throughout the game on attack and defense. For now, Ninetails need to find some way back into the site. 4 players now move into B long, but a couple of sensors and the Viper Wall, we've already said, is insane stall. No drone either forever, so can't shut down, suppress any players. And Alyssa, if you don't turn off her utility, is just gonna absolutely carve you up. Now a showstopper comes down, haste will fall, and teleports onto the other side of the map. 30 seconds left. Nova have decided not to play anyone left into A, so the spike should go down.
They already used all their sky utilities, so no flash, no dog to clear back in. This is gonna be a tough retake, even up numbers.
Spike planted.
Ollie's down, chewing away. Full Moon's feed, a great shot out of the sky.
Standing.
But Clement Shirazi, out of nowhere. 2 kills instantly. Now Donna in 1-on-3. Cannot see it all the way through. Bit of heartbreak, though, to put Ninetails right back in it.
Man, any of these players, you put them in a position like that, can get it so close. This time, not the round, though. And again, this is a round that is won or lost on stall util. Think about every time you've seen this Waylay dive, how many times has she actually stuck it? I think maybe once, if even that. She's almost always going into a player, being forced out. And because this is a solo duelist comp, there's no one else that can get through those smokes.
Yeah. You also saw like there's an Astra stun that's going down, but maybe the timing is just half a second too slow and allows Alyssa to get that first kill.
So I feel like against this stall, you need to see Donna pathing in a way where she's the one to get these openers.
Well, maybe see a bit of that this round. Tapping the orb, a little bit of bait there. As Ever moves 1 point away from the Armageddon.
bit more forward deadlock util this round. A trap for Clem, and Hookah has support deep with a rifle as well. That is a potent setup.
Clem with the judge. Luckily for Ninetails, don't appear to be heading that way just yet, but Ninetails have played a lot for the lurks.
Yeah, and I think a part of that, like you were bringing up, is the constant fear of Clem going for a walk. They're just holding, hoping they can get a free opener, like they did in that previous round. Instead, they'll have to walk into this judge.
Ooh, this could be ugly. Especially with Full Moon making some noise over on the A side. Evers Tejo drone is going B long, so there's not a great way of clearing out Clem. That's going to force Haste to really take their time.
The net primed as well.
I mean, again, the stall is just immense.
And out
Donna
she goes.
Backs away, and now the pressure onto Haste. That's an easy pickup of a rifle. No problems there, but the sight belongs to Ninetails. And now the second fight coming down into the site. Some spam through the wall. Clem under fire and getting pinched on the map as well. A turnaround from Clem, shut down by Full Moon. And the Armageddon flushing out spawn really delays the retake.
And that gives time for Full Moon, the second rifle, to arrive.
Cheer leading the charge. Now creeping out in the back of sight. Ever traded out and through the smoke. All of a sudden, Nova tie things up. 2-on-2 now. And Full Moon playing the one gets inside tube. The spike is inside tube. Full Moon sprinting for it, but there's just not enough time. The kill is too late, and Nova advanced to 6.
That is a catastrophe for Ninetails. I don't know why they fall back so far.
Well, they plant inside the tube because they didn't have hookah control.
It's that setup at the beginning of the round, but the issue is when you're in that position already, they used the Teo ult to fight towards CT. They needed to be following that up, get a player an elbow, get a player forward towards spawn. Instead, they feel all this pressure coming and back away. I don't know if it was maybe like a miscommunication or something that they didn't think it was planted in two, but either way, that is a horrible round to lose and puts them in a tough spot. Now down on an eco.
Donna diving on forward, and that shorty.
Hey, those are the entries I want to see. Donna getting in there, not pulling back. Unfortunately, she couldn't pick up the gun, so still stuck with the shorty, having to do it again.
And yet with Clem falling, all of a sudden now the supporting staff have to take those forward lines. They can't have utility out in hand all the time. Have to have gun out and challenge the fight, so this could give an opportunity, whether it's the hero rifle on Full Moon or a nice shot from Haste Marshall. But as the Hawk goes out and Sheer gets information, there's at least one player outside B. Ninetails shift out of that space.
Dog to create this pressure, but most of the rounds that we've seen that kind of sky push on one extremity, it has been a fake. This time, though, it pulls out the pit. That's already a win for Ninetails as they work back towards A.
How much are Ninetails going to use here? They have the numbers, and they've used ults before, even when it looked bad. Shirazi with a Spectre, and now drops down the net. Tap onto the spike, and Samsami into the smoke.
The net, there's no way out forever.
It's disgusting. Ever gets melted on the site. We're down to under 20 seconds now, but a forward fight from Full Moon. They have to pick up the spike. They have to plant it. And now with the Cosmic Divide going down, splitting up the site. Cheer can't really see anything. Haste position is beautiful. Inside showers, and it's a great shot off the back of it, too. Now inching backwards, eating up the clock. Cheer has to fight it, but the wall is even protecting Haste's own escape. A thrifty round to swing things right back to Ninetails is exactly what they needed.
You win the most heartbreaking rounds you can imagine with that misplant, and then turn that around with the eco. This opening kill for Donna was so sick. Dives in with just a shorty in hand.
And that's a shotgun battle, honestly.
Judge v shorty, she wins it. And in this post plan, I mean, could have gone wrong quite a few moments, but they choose to invest the ultimate, get it down safely. And when Nova is in these later round retakes, it does not quite go their way.
And it's worth noting that Nova forced down there onto a SMG and a Judge, and now actually going to be faced with their first eco of the round. Getting ready for a little pop play down long. Samsami holding for it now. And that first shot connects truly. Nice work out of Ninetails. Not getting caught off guard at all here on a common anti-eco idea. And even dominating in the 1v1 in Hookah 2.
And to pull out to this match as a whole for a second, I think that they're going to feel so good if they can even get 4 or 5 rounds on this attacking side. I like this comp on defense. I think that the Vito gets a lot more potential there. You have really fast rotates with the TP. The Interceptor can completely stall a hit. I really think this is his best map right now, and defense is so much more impactful than what he brings on attack.
Yeah, especially on Bind, where everyone wants to just use an obscene amount of utility.
And think about what you have to like stall the plant with missiles, with your Vito utility, of the Interceptor to block things off, with a Waylay fighting up too. That is where they're going to feel a lot more comfortable. Question is, how many rounds do they end the half with? Because Nova has guns again. They have the ultimate as well for their deadlock. So tons of stall util here, or maybe an idea to fight up again in Hookah. This was successful previously.
Samsami also with the Vito ultimate. Gonna counter out anything Nova's thrown their way. Little pullback star. Common idea you'll see when the Astra's in the comp. Not a lot of people playing that, but the pullback stars are so good at forcing players off the lines and threatening a little extra space. Like that combo idea there with the net nade.
Yeah, nade was maybe a little deep for it to have hit anyone, but you get a lot of those ideas with the deadlock. Okay, these are the rounds that have been problematic for Ninetails, where they have this slow default, they wait for the Clem push, and then they don't have someone to cancel into with baited out stall util late.
Exactly. Now there's a smoke down. Samsami can't see an angle outside showers.
The good thing is they actually have ults to go and get through the utility with this Waylay.
We'll see. Nova have 2 players in elbow. We haven't seen this yet from them. Usually they're playing on backside. And the walkout from Full Moon. Now we'll double dash into the site. Looks like Nova are going to be forced to play 5-on-5 retake. Dana has other ideas though.
30 seconds left.
Pushing into spawn, but can't overstay her welcome.
But she kept the ultimate for the post plant. Has a second hinder as well. That is amazing stall.
Ever as well, some missiles to play with and a refight into elbow. Hawks are everywhere. The birds are out. Yet no one goes down yet. The shots are right. Shirazi now enters into the site, plucks out a player. Nova fully in control of this site. Ninetails have been pushed away. Nothing they can do into the round. Now the spike being pressured. Dana with nothing to do. Clem finds 3 and Nova moved to 7.
I don't love how Ninetails played that post plant with how much they fell back. They felt the push from that Sky util and then fell like 3 players all the way back off site. I think when you have the Waylay utility, that is your best case scenario to stay close towards spawn and block them in the choke point.
Well, I think the same could be said of the Vito ult as well. I would have expected the evolution to be popped, and then you can frontline and eat up any of that utility.
Exactly.
Don't have to worry about anything, but maybe lost there in the moment from Ninetails. So the tie at the half is no longer a possibility.
And it's Nova feeling quite good. Bit of a quicker opener for Ninetails to get this orb.
Yeah.
They've been farming that all half.
But even then, Nova aren't worried about the exec into A because they got the forward wall on short.
Yeah, this shower pressure will never feel like anything when you know short is completely free.
Samsami is looking down long. Evolves for this fight. Last the entire round. You can take over on your own. But that's only if the fights are afforded to you, and with the smoke in her eyes, the evolution can't quite counter that just yet. Give it some time.
Just this player being here is so much pressure. It's the Waylay already in. This is just a fake.
But it's kind of working already. Shirazi has rotated. Cheer is also moving off the B site. And this has opened up a beautiful timing. Ninetails have 3 players down long. Haste in the front though, but turns around, whips that for the kill. And at the same time, Dana could still lurk into A. Could choose to fall back to the team as well, despite into spawn. Samsami with the evolution ready. Now having other ideas. Catch is primed. Full Moon here to stall. This time it's a forward hold from Ninetails, and that rocket's not going to do anything. Samsami finds 1. Now Full Moon also enters into the fight. This is looking good from Ninetails. 3-on-1 now. Cheer back against the wall. And there's just way too many angles to deal with. The first one locks it down. But still with a spike. And the star on that one. Ninetails move on to 5.
That's how I wanted to see Ninetails playing their earlier B post plants. Playing close on the choke point, abusing the utility that you get with that Vito. very fun that in the first half of Vito getting play in this tournament, we get to see a deadlock ult and a race ult, both completely countered out. Pretty cool interactions to start, but at 7-5, that is enough to get Ninetails into comfortable territory as we get ready for the second.
Good enough. But we'll see how that second half goes right after this.
Can I help you, sir?
Here's the bill from the dealership where I got my car, and I'd like you to beat it with a better deal on one of these fine cars.
Not how it works.
Guess you're not as cool as Verizon.
Bring in your AT&T or T-Mobile bill for a better deal today.
Well, it's a hot start for Nova to kick things off. You can also check out a quick little look here at the Coinbase Econ report where, frankly, Icebox started things off beautifully in this game, sitting at 12-7 on the attack side on that Brimstone. Big impact in a lot of those late round moments too, and as well as just stalling out the spike indefinitely with multiple ults that had high value.
Yeah, it was really good. On the other side, who we were highlighting there, Full Moon had a pretty great half. And Ninetails, a lot of those early rounds had her alone on extremities, just going out and owning. But hopping into the second, it's Ninetails, our home squad, trailing by 2. It was a little bit of a later game recovery for them to get these last few rounds on the board. And now we get to see what that Vito, what that Teo composition can really do on defense.
Yeah, well, Ninetails played a lot of slow rounds on the attack, but looking at it, Nova might go with a little bit more speed here down A short. But that's where the Interceptor can provide so much value. Already ideas for that. A little quiet of a start here is actually the Interceptor just plucked the orb out of the sky, looked like.
That is a funny interaction.
That's awesome. And that's an orb you default all the time. I already like the idea, but Ever is down. The utility might not matter if the guns still connect. Nova already getting that first kill, but Dana answers back. Well, Smoke's gonna be a little bit harder to lock down. Dana will fall in showers. Keep your eyes on Samsami though, right here on your screen. Inching forward inside of the smoke. Sees another one. I mean, it's just madness on side of the site. Ace gets another kill, and now this fight into showers. A little pinch idea. Samsami will find the trade. Still early days in this post plant. With Cheer in the cubby, and Haste on so little HP. This pistol round looking like a far hope for the Korean squad. Oh, nice shot into the smoke. Haste might have just isolated it, but that smoke comes down at the wrong timing, and Shirazi will take another pistol for Nova.
Nova's composition is going to thrive in any post plants. You saw them there getting the wall up from the deadlock, getting the sensors down as well into that post. It's so tough to get back in when all of those tools are in play, and talk of getting in even. It became difficult. I'm really interested to see if they stop defaulting that Viper Orb with the threat of the Interceptor, because that's never something you've had to think about before, unless someone's like in the open head bumping it to get rid of that orb.
Yeah, you probably have to, and then it turns into something you hold on to play within post plants, which can also be very powerful. A little smoke pull down, and Clem just lays waste to Ninetails.
Yeah, then it's just like you're playing Haven Viper, where you're always saving it for post.
But while Nova are already cruising through this round, I think it could be interesting to talk a little bit more about what the Vito can offer here.
Yeah, we saw the Interceptor already. You, of course, have the Trip. That is just Chamber. very similar setup, very similar positions where you'll see that trip. But
We have chamber at home.
We do, but the TPs are a little different. You can use it for fast teleports through spawn. It also lets him access the verticality in a way not a lot of other agents do on this map. So I think the main thing to watch if you're at home is when the interceptor gets used. And in what scenarios 332 is putting that into play, and when she's, and kind of how she's setting up these TPs in the beginning, because you can get very aggressive, you can play very passive, you can set it for rotates, there's tons of ideas, and I think it's even more flexible than someone like the Chamber.
And while all that is great when you can set things up and whatnot, when you are just a little guy with a pistol and you're getting run down by 4 or 5 players, it doesn't matter what age you play, you're going to die either way. So now with Nova winning out both pistols, winning out both anti-ecos as well, I mean, that's the difference in this game. 9-5 for Nova, the difference is 4. Ninetails need to lock in here and bring this game back.
That they do. I love the energy on both these teams. I feel like when I was watching, both of them had players who were just like hitting emotes after winning rounds. Anyways, it's not all fun for now. This is a very important round. Nova, again, fully 5 groups, just taking long control.
Forward smoking. Massive exchange of utility. Those sheriffs, oh dear.
The hinder missed. It got caught on the skybox, and so they didn't have the utility to win that fight. And now the round is cooked.
I mean, this was the round Ninetails had to have.
And it was a nice idea for the set play. You hinder with the sky flash to re-clear, but the hinder doesn't hit.
And it doesn't matter if there's new agents in the mix. I mean, a million new agents that you're not used to always seeing going back to 2020 Unbind. The map has been around for forever, though, and these B-long fights have so often been a pivot point in rounds. And the fact that it goes right there for Ninetails just scuffs around that is frankly looking like a must-win.
And that might also be figuring out how Nova likes to play thus far both rounds. And also, if you watch them in China, this is a team that 5 hits a ton. They do not default a lot. They love running executes. So doing those kind of re-clear plays are amazing when it's 1 or 2 extremity players. Even if that hinder hits, it's probably 2 for 2 when you're swinging into that many players.
Bad news for Ninetails, but 2 players do survive into the next round, carrying through the rifles. Looking at their money, they don't have enough to invest behind it, but this fight, wow.
The smoke being down long is also very helpful because players could tuck from the flash and then swing out.
But now it's doubled 10-5 for Nova. Reminder, if you're tuning into a Game Changers Championship for the first time or not familiar with these teams, these regions, this is big news for Nova to be at double digits already. A CN squad has never won a map at the GCC. Now on pace to do just that. Samsami in trouble. 12 HP and stuck in this teleporter.
When I see players go for a play like this, I like when they throw the TP gate at pre-round towards A, and then the Vito can actually get out. She didn't have it this time, has to rely on a teammate.
Wow. Okay, Samsami evolves, and that's with the hero rifle.
Part of it might have been just wanting the heal.
Yeah, exactly. Heals from 12, I believe, all the way up to 100, but no regen armor, so not unlimited protection. A nice shot, and actually this hold may have just worked. Now, all of a sudden, the evolution making way more sense. Alyssa and Shirazi already into the site, and Samsami making this massive flank on the Vito. Hayes with the classic, sees a barrel, and now Ever gets a kill. Ninetails might have just done it. Might have given themselves a second lease on life. Shirazi just doesn't have the time to play with. Needs to somehow get to the other side of Octagon, but worried about a flank coming in. Worried about these players in front of her. Now a jump peek spots her out. Ever is clean to slip around the other side and steal this round for Ninetails.
That is wild. This is the one that they win. Just some impressive work with the pistols. This opening fight
wow.
was
Fighting
so
through
quick
the aim punch
from
there.
Samsami. Yeah, gets dinked, still wins it. And then in the late round, Full Moon tucked into the corner and managing to shut this hit down.
Is this the sign of things to come? Because this is now 2 times that Ninetails have tried the forward fight. First down B long, this time with that teleport play through on Samsami.
I don't know if it will be the solution, but I think those are the kind of rounds that get you in, and proactivity is good with this comp.
And an answer into the refight is an operator on your duelist. Clem picks that up.
So this is the playing Vito a bit like a chamber. Get in an off angle, have a TP to get out.
Oh, Alyssa about to walk into a little 1-2 piece. Could catch the jump, and that's a nice shot. Alyssa taking low, the swing from the other side, and out run B long too. Samsami finds a kill, and that's the operator out of play.
And they just hold on for the aggression and manage to absorb it with this extremity control. And that might be the way to play. Flip it on aggression.
Yep.
It either works or you lose.
3 rounds in a row. And eventually Nova have to adjust, but for now, trying to carve way into this B site. Icebox is in the thick of things and holding it down. Good trades. Make things a 2-on-2, and with that deadlock wall going down, a sensor plays too. Ninetails only have one way into the site, and it's through elbow. It's through another sensor. And now the Seekers too, revealing the positions of the last 2 players.
They'll group up on site, isolated 2v1 towards spawn.
Shirazi. Waiting for the swing, that's good! And turns it right back around. Haste keeps things even, but Sheer will take Nova to 11.
Very chaotic back and forth round. Throughout the entirety of that one. But again, it's the aggression. It is the make, it is the break of this game for Ninetails, trying to re-clear, but once they're up in a 5-on-3, that's where things start to go wrong. You see Samsami getting picked there, and then one by one swinging back in to try and get these trades. And it's all just a little bit too off-kilter.
Let's go!
I think where Ninetails really loses out is they're very good at the initial aggression, at getting a pick, at having the right kind of set play to achieve that. But where they struggle is figuring out when to kind of turn it down a little bit and play back more passive and not give these picks away.
And they call a timeout to start discussing some of these things. I also think it's worth noting that even if Ninetails have a numbers advantage, if Nova are able to set up in a post plant with the deadlock utility, it is so hard to get back into the site, especially that B site, unless you're challenging on the flank. That's really your only answer.
Because it's not even just a deadlock, it's brim smokes, 20 seconds, and you're going to have another one up most of the time to be able to use as well. And you're also, because of the threat of that interceptor, Alyssa is going to be more often saving her orb for the post plant, which is even more stall util.
So with that round slipping away, Ninetails once again put in a precarious position. The buy is a little bit all over the place, but Ninetails know how much rests in the balance of this round.
And how fast will it be towards A? If they try and just send it, an interceptor is ready. That could even eat Clem's ult.
An early bird down B long heard absolutely nothing, so Ninetails are going to rotate quickly. A teleport through. Full Moon is just sending it. Has some support from Samsami, but now the pickoff from Samsami is there. Ninetails trying to do a little bit of push and pull, a game of tug of war in showers. At the same time, Clem has wrapped all the way through the site, chasing down at Samsami, who survives through it all. Now Haste outside of the smoke. Ninetails creating chaos everywhere, but it's Nova in the advantage. It's Nova without control of the site, though. That's what they gave up for this play.
It's evened out. 3 players holding towards the shower side. Now we'll fall back and explore the rest of this map.
I mean, let's take stock quickly here because Icebox has an ultimate in the event of a post plant. You have Shirazi, who's making a beeline over onto this site. No one's here now with the wall going down.
The crux of this game has been the retakes. Ninetails win early, but they struggle to get back in. And now, deadlock util in their face. Who will be the one to step up? Who can get them out of this choke? Because look, a Molly, a net ready. It feels almost insurmountable.
Well, there's about to be a sky opened up too. Ninetails already under pressure, and at the same time, Clem has elbow control. Nova are playing deep. They're not even going to stall out this choke because they know they have the utility in the post. Ninetails taking their time. The time will be their enemy. A second stun. Pulls the players off the plant. And now from backside, Clem has found her mark. Donna nades in her face. Pressure mounts. There's nothing she can do. Clem and Nova move on to 12.
Such a big counter out for Nova. This team, again, the crux of these rounds is just coming back into the late stages here, where Ninetails goes for something aggressive. They get these opening picks, but then Nova holds on. They find the next area of the map to take. They get set up in the post plant. And now a round away from what would be the first map win for a Chinese team at GCC.
I mean, that's why it matters so much here.
It really does.
And Ninetails too. Playing at home in Seoul. Getting shocked a little bit in this opening map. Nova keeping the heat. Look at Sam though. Alyssa was waiting for the Vito to walk it down. They don't even need control out of hookah. Fumoln's only got a sheriff. I don't care how good she's been all day.
And very little help. Only 2 players here already getting spotted out.
I mean, that's a big reposition. Sneaking up into hookah. And now with Wall going down, she'll hear all the teleports coming onto the A site. 2 players from Ninetails will stick around. Haste has to be massive. Haste has to get it all done. That's a great shot. Falls back. Dodging the flash. Ratting it out for now. As the pit comes down, those shots not connecting.
Spike planted.
Now Nova huddled together. A pack of wolves. Seeing a gun barrel on the other side of the smoke. It's a mess! Donna will start things off. Ninetails moving on forward. There's a flank starting to activate. Full Moon has almost found the timing on the backstab. Waiting for it. Gone out, isn't looking the right way! It's Heartbreak! And Alyssa will get another! For the first time ever at the Game Changers Championship, a CN representative will win a map, and it's Nova Esports.
And what a way to do so. It felt like
changes the pace and the dynamic of this map. So I am glad to see, though, this cookie cutter comp coming through. KJ coming back into the mix. We haven't seen KJ on Haven in almost a year.
Yeah.
It's insane that Killjoy is making that comeback because we haven't seen Killjoy in so long, and now those players that were really good at Killjoy are having their opportunity to come back. But something that I'm really excited as well, because you talk about the competition, is this Viper, especially who is playing the Viper right now. We have Shirazi that we were highlighting in that last map, and we have 332 that is notorious for being really good on this agent and kind of working in the opposite side where Dana is going to be. So I'm very excited to see how, when the compositions are so similar, who is going to be able to take the advantage.
Well, let's see if we make it to map 3 and send it back to Mimi and Ender for the call. Take it away.
Yeah, we're going to be jumping into things in just a moment here, but I mean, all things considered, this was a pretty crazy way to start things off, right? With Nova coming in, winning the first map for a CN team, and yet now Ninetails back against the wall. Need to come back strong here if we want to see Corrode.
Yeah, a pretty interesting one. Both teams had new compositions, hopping into things on map 1. Now we're going to something a bit more standard. I'm super excited for this neon mirror between Clem and Donna. Both those players have had such good runs in their respective regions, and especially important for Ninetails trying to stay up in this series in front of their home crowd.
Absolutely. I think I was a little spooked watching some of the early aggression we saw out from Clem in that first game, especially on the defense side, was always challenging forward. That's a staple of Bind. I think that's going to continue to be a staple here.
Yeah, it might just be a theme for the series.
Yeah, it might just be a Clem thing. And Ninetails will have had a few minutes, go backstage, discuss things, and get ready to put on a show here in Seoul. If you are tuning in, this is a packed house here in Lowell Park, so a lot of people hoping to see the hometown crew do well. But down 0-1 here, need this map.
You're talking about aggression, Christy. I'm seeing something brewing towards C. Nova setting up for an aggro C look, and
both sides actually.
Everyone on Ninetails there as well.
All right, what kind of utility do we have to work here? I mean, it's a light utility game, right? Playing the Vipers into the mix of things. So you've got Paranoias at the ready from both these Omens. As everything is about to go down. Icebox, first to challenge the line, now a stun and a slide. It's Nova to take the first kill. Quickly answered back by Full Moon, and the rest of Ninetails move on through. This means Sheer, the last one alive on C, holding on to backside control, but Ninetails, in similar to Foreign Bind, slow things down.
They have to go back, take some time to re-clear the rest of the map. Now, if you watch map 1, you might remember that their pistol round started similarly. They got an opening pick,
yeah,
and then they waited, and then they waited,
And then they waited.
and then they lost the round to
And they lost on time. Yeah.
Yeah. So this time, a little quicker.
Well,
Give yourself a little more time.
we'll see. Right now, there's 2 players C, and there's 2 players A.
Yeah, including the spike towards C. Well,
that's interesting. So Ninetails didn't actually make any noise towards A. They just cleared out those forward spots on lobby.
I thought the idea was going to be put a little noise there and then call back into a C hit.
But
no.
I think the idea is if you don't see a player forward over on A, you assume that Nova are playing with limited information on A, maybe have more.
Ninetails contacts up, and now Nova knows.
Sheer, though, has support on backside. Great dink from Shirazi. That's a good one. Up inside the smoke, a beautiful dart. Gives Samsami 2 kills. Well, they certainly take their time. They get the plant on down. Ninetails finding themselves in a 4-on-1 and can fall back into long.
Dan was talking about it on the desk. We used to know Samsami as a bit of a duelist player herself, playing the Neon in the past. Now letting Donna take that role on most of these maps where they're not playing double duelist. But she is still sick with it. If you saw the pictures on their roster thing, Samsami, she rolled up to Media Day with like 2 devil horns in her hair.
Yeah.
Which is so sick. Just absolutely going demonic in the server as well.
And if you're wondering where on the screen it says Samsami, that is 332.
Yeah.
Right, that's how you say those numbers.
Chrissy
in Korean.
just speaks a lot of Korean. So.
Yeah, right, yeah. I can count to 3. That's what I can give you.
Yeah. That round was really just decided on that C fight.
Yeah.
Goes a little bit Ninetails away, and now they get to more comfortably start a game with the pistol win.
Exactly. And in similar form, Sheer is 7 ER. 7 in Chinese.
Oh, you also speak Chinese. That's cool.
Yeah, I can count to 7 in Chinese. I'm a little bit more practiced on that.
Very classic new kind of anti-eco. You put 4 players one side, you let your Viper lurk with a gun you don't care to lose, or care about losing, I should say.
Right. Nova got into the spots that Ninetails actually cleared last round on the pistol when they were splitting up a little bit later.
Post find here for Ninetails. They managed to figure out exactly where Nova was set up, get themselves a free site, and
there we go. Like a little lurk up mid.
Yeah.
Now, we did hear all those footsteps coming behind, so Samsami will be taken down there. A little bit of frenzy gaming out of Icebox. But with Ninetails staying so lodged onto this site, seems unlikely that Nova would be able to break out at any of these choke points. Paranoia and a stun to stall, that classic. Takes its time to actually secure a kill. At the end of the day, there are 2 pistols in Ninetails' hands, playing these deep lines, but too much time has been chewed off of the clock. And the pressure not coming in quickly enough, so Ninetails will get the pistol and the second.
yeah, interesting approach for Ninetails. That was a very austere buy from them. I think they only had 2 guns, one of which was a Marshall. So taking a bit of risk on the anti-eco, but it don't mean if they'd like to, they can buy up a little more on this 3rd round of the game.
Only took 11 bullets.
Yeah. 11th time, it's a charm. They always say that. Looks like it's going to start similar to the pistol.
Whoa,
Neon
okay.
comps are very good for the C hit.
So even with the very light round 2 buy from Ninetails, like they're oil barons over there. They got money.
Yeah, Full Moon has 4K in the bank.
Yeah, but no, we'll save. We'll save. We'll just keep building up that economy.
Put it in the 401K. All good.
In 40 years, that is going to be capped at 9K, actually. It can't go any higher than that, unfortunately. Really poor economic planning from Ninetails.
Oh, that's like an operator and almost the second one.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
About too many lattes. Now Ninetails, they're playing with 0 map control at the moment, except they have the forward smoke on C long.
And I want to talk about that because Ninetails, they are very often a group up team. Both of these teams, honestly. They play slow rounds, but I don't think either of them does a ton of like very detailed working the map where they're like going to constantly put a little pressure, have like a super clear plan. They like playing the slow rounds because they both play in regions where there is tons of mid-round aggression that they can just catch by doing that.
And in the slow mid-rounding, we see an attack smoke thrown towards a drone as well, while the team just casually walks up into C. Nice off angle from Alyssa. Gets the first kill, and the rest of the team hasn't been able to get in, as a matter of fact. Now with some lockdown from Shirazi on the other side, Haste will secure the kill. And these kills are coming in from Ninetails. This could be a problem. with Everett getting another, and now Haste up in front of the Paranoia. Gets a third kill into the round, sneaks on out of there.
Icebox 1v3. She had a very good first map, but this is going to be tough. Look at the setup in this post plant. 2 towards long.
The one-way comes down as well.
Donna is well ready to walk up on her from garage.
Even a high-low setup. Now with the tap, a double swing down long and a 4K out of Haste.
That's just a sick round for Haste.
It's in the name.
The first couple kills there, I'd love to see them again. I think we're like just spamming with the ghost. For this one, good Paranoia catches onto Shirazi. And then that is just sick from Haste.
Then
Clem
upgrades
had a
the gun.
weapon and gets owned by the ghost.
And remember, that's Ninetails that bought nothing.
Yes. You doubted them. They were investing in their future.
Yeah,
they
that's
knew
crazy.
that they could win with a ghost. 4K.
They pick up all those guns off the back of that too.
Why would you want them to buy guns when they could get them for free?
Well, maybe because those guns usually do better. But unfortunately for Nova, it doesn't pay off this time to a very early timeout. And these early timeouts are a little bit surprising. You have so little footage to play off of.
Yeah, you really do. These are not the kind of timeouts where normally you're going to be able to like come up with a huge adaptation or figure out exactly how the play has been done. Because what have we seen thus far? 2 fast C-hit rounds and an anti-eco? That's pretty much it.
Have taken a little bit of their time. Could also just be trying to reset them after losing a tough round. I mean,
yeah, and that's what I think it's more likely to be.
Yeah, because in that round, right, you had that kill go into backside from Alyssa, and then everyone sort of got isolated a little bit in the fight. Maybe talking about how they can hold on to backside control a little better.
Yeah, I think it is very important with when you're flooding in there. They had players kind of going one at a time. I think you either need to pick to try and hard flood early or to get your side anchor out faster and play that set retake. Kind of ended up in that awkward middle ground. Just the eco for Nova now, and Ninetails. I love that they're going to buy the Outlaw on this one. Let 332 farm up on that. Sorry, I can't count to 3 unlike you.
You have no clue. Samsami. Now, Nova. 3 players up here, but a whole lot of players waiting for them inside of the smoke. Goodbye.
Nova's defense on Bind, it was all about contacting up in the mid-round. Getting Clem on a walk on the raise, getting Clement off to do the same. A little bit similar here. Alyssa will be able to get 1 kill. Shirazi gets traded out as well, and the anti-eco goes pretty easily. But I'm looking to see Ninetails probably continuing to start a lot of rounds a bit slower, waiting for that aggression.
Yeah.
Because Clem is either going to want to go for like set ideas faster than Neon, or like she's buying into this round, get the AWP online and be very willing to contact up and take fights as well.
Now, a lot of times when you have a team that's just waiting and holding so much space for you, it's easy to adjust and just play defensively on site, make them lose to boredom, make them lose to time. But I do think Ninetails are still leaving some gaps, especially around mid, usually. For the last 4 rounds, there's been nothing really put into mid, but this time, a turret down, and Thana has some ideas.
Well, it's just been Shake's hands. Both sides put a turret in mid, and no one has touched it thus far. Now, someone's going to head that way. Icebox on an off angle.
Yeah, and there's an op down C as well. Ninetails need to work up into B, deal with this turret over on the right-hand side, whichever now hears. And the Viper wall is pretty nice on the attack side. You throw that up for some coverage on the right-hand side, and Ninetails can jump on into the site. Done already back on Gong. Now Nova, 2 players outside of Garage.
It's a full set retake though, and they've already lost one.
And that was the operator too. Clem just gets diffed on the fight. Donna turns around. Garage, there's absolutely no chance.
Haste.
Cringing it up inside of the smoke. Shirazi will deal with her. But now Donna moving up into Garage window.
Yeah, that rewrap is going to be so good.
Nova still have options to throw up the wall, play around inside of the smoke, but they have to push on through it. And those fights favor Ninetails beautifully. It is 5-0, a shutout here.
Nova tried to get back into Garage and fight through it without using a ton of utility, but they just weren't ready for how far forward Ninetails are playing. Clem gets eviscerated by Samsami on that angle, and this is a worry as we continue through this game. Nova, when they lose a member, it is very often where you see them kind of start to snowball out a little bit, one at a time. like that and get picked off when they're already not in advantage.
Now Nova forced onto another eco, decide to walk things down into mid. Apart from the last round, this is where there's always been a gap. See that default shock dart just trying to clear away what would be an alarm bot, but this time it's a high killjoy turret.
Okay, Alyssa.
Hold on.
Hit a shot like that on the previous eco, but couldn't make anything more of it.
Now Ninetails need to ask a little bit more of haste. 10-2 so far. Now another walk down into mid. Clem pushed away from the line. Just lurk in from haste. Get some good damage onto Shirazi. And now up inside of the site. Catches a good timing into Icebox. Shirazi stays alive backside. Well, it's a 3-on-3. The weaponry still massively favoring Ninetails. Ninetails also letting Full Moon work a lurk all the way through garage into backside B. It's a mess on the side, but Alyssa gets another one. And now the lockdown going down. Nova have a chance, and ultimate to the other side of the map with the spike. Haste goes for the teleport, but Donna has nowhere to go. It's a 1v1 on the C side. Donna doesn't even matter into this round. If Haste drops, the round is lost. Donna secures the kill, now needs to make a mad dash over to C. Haste must stay alive. Death is not an option, and yet it's what awaits. Alyssa with 3 kills into the round, an absolute hero. Donna trying to find the spam through the Spox, but she will be cut down for Nova's first round.
Crazy way for Nova to open this game with the MasterCard Thrifty. They start that round off with only Alyssa. And what work she did. These opening kills with the Sheriff were absolutely paramount. That one, and then picking off the Lurker as well. If that Lurker stays alive, lockdown's broken, it becomes an easy A hit, and it's a completely different round.
Let's go! Woohoo!
And they're happy about it, finally breaking that streak.
Now all of a sudden have a little bit of cushion to play with too. With a Viper's Pit going all the way down C long.
Here are these Clem rounds I'm talking about where she goes on walks, and it's a big question of whether Ninetails can punish her or if she'll get the forward info untested.
There's the jump peek, Clem charging for it. Now a paranoia sends her out of the round.
And that's exactly what Ninetails have been looking for on these other slow rounds. Punish that player who loves to go for those walks, and then get to play your mid-round at a big advantage.
Now instead of moving back into the pit, Ninetails will re-clear A, make sure no one got into a forward line. And the side hit comes underway. Ever also has that Hunter's Fury. Icebox might need a couple here. Is calling Cheer over onto A.
It's a very committed position.
Here we go. Icebox, what can you give us? Stepping into it. Icebox can only secure the one. Now Cheer into the backup site, finds a beautiful angle, and still holds it down. 2 kills is what she'll secure. Bringing things into a 2-on-2. Not a lot of time. And this first fight could be everything. Alyssa again is the hero. Haste sees a leg. The shots aren't quite there. Has to go back for the spike with only 20 seconds left. Teleporting for it, as a matter of fact. Planting isn't an option. The kills have to be there, but they won't be. Nova go back to back.
The eco round, the catalyst, and a conversion through as well. And that was a great start for the side of Ninetails, getting this pick onto the Lurker, completely flushing her out. But Nova, even in this 3v5, stepping up. Cheer, these kills were incredible from her.
Yep.
Even though she doesn't get that last one, buys time for her teammates to get through the smokes.
Nice!
Yeah, without any pressure coming down from long, having that timing you can take to step out on the left side of default is everything.
And those themes that we were getting worried about on map 1 for Ninetails seem to be rearing their head a little bit. That was a 3-on-5. They're a little bit too individualistic in how they swing on the site. Let Nova get away with some heroics. In the last round, it's people getting picked off by the Sheriff one by one. I think this team's biggest issue is needing to sometimes rein in the discipline a little bit when they are in these advantage positions, because a round or two like that is exactly how you turn a game from what was going to be a nice quick stomp to get to map 3 to something where you can actually have a chance of losing it.
Yeah, I think when you're a team that plays as slowly, I think, as Ninetails do on the attack. They really take their time. It means that when you actually do end up choosing to actually go for the exec into a site, you don't usually have a lot of options to go back into. So all your timings when you're swinging together, utility, all has to be
perfect.
Exactly. And if it's not, that's where those solo players from Nova, like Alyssa, like Icebox, can step up and find a few kills.
I'm looking at Clem again. 1-6 right now. She got picked last time. Here's her second go with the operator.
Well, might not even really have a chance outside of Garage, because Ninetails have 5 players on C. This could be the quick hit. Hunter's free off the rip. Is that what I heard? I don't even see anything going down on that side.
A. They thought it was going to reach. It doesn't.
Icebox was trying something, but it means that Ninetails just have an instant spike plant. 5-on-5 retake. Good luck. Another pick going down.
Alyssa's in.
Samsami with the shotgun inside of the smoke. Holding the fort, making Nova reconsider their options. I mean, this round just blew up so quickly. With the pick going down too, they've had no time to think about how to play this. Samsami goes for it. And there's just no besting her. Not on this line, not with this wrap into Garage. Off of Paranoia too. This round was perfection.
Samsami is a psychopath. Running through her Viper Spit to hold directly at the choke, running through it to even further that aggression.
she had her own orb inside of her own Viper Spit and keeps running into it too. For that kill right there.
And that is a heartbreaker for Nova. This is where they finally got the op online. They thought they were figuring out how Ninetails wanted to play. Nah, they changed the pace, slammed the fast hit, and all momentum is stopped, and the money again is broken.
Nova having ideas to go back into mid. Not with a whole lot of attention, but breaking the early turret. This time Ninetails have the anti-eco response.
This is potent. They've got guns for it.
Oh, Sheer sees that Hunter's Fury going down. A headshot is not a kill. While Shirazi has secured that one onto the B site. It's a quick pop into Garage. Samsami, no way you're prepared for that one. No chance at all.
Spike planted.
These last 2 players, they do have weapons, but they're going to be a long time away, walking slowly back through Garage as Ninetails sets up another post. Look at Samsami.
Yeah.
Just sitting close with the judge.
It can cycle the Viper's orb as well.
Yeah, and can swing over to help out Haste once she makes contact in Garage.
Don't really know what the idea is going to be here from Nova. Don't know if there is one, to be honest. Finding a spike, not the end of the world. They were on an eco this round.
Last player standing.
With the triple swing in there, not going to get anything. Got Alyssa holding for exits on the other side, so kills will be good. Charge up the lockdown. Only 1 off now. So Alyssa will absolutely take this. As she, being one of the bright lights in the second map, could be the best chance Nova has of closing the gap here in this first half.
Absolutely. She was the one who got them into that eco round, got them a little bit further in the second as well. But now this is the round. Money is still kind of on a breaking point. They finally have ults just around the corner. So how do they win it? Ninetails have showed a lot of very slow rounds. When they've gone quicker, it's only been towards C thus far. But this time, looks like they'll set their attention early on A, which is where, again, I look at Clem. Her 3rd off this half, only 1 kill thus far, and normally one of the most impactful players for this Chinese squad.
Wall about to come down. No targets acquired just yet. Eventually, Haste is going to have to get out of here. And we're not ready for it. One with a second kill, make it a 3rd. Into the game, 2 on the round.
An inch up, and that's a collateral as well. Clem going for more.
With this repost, it's a perfect position. Okay, if there was ever a way to get some confidence back into a map, it is a round like that.
From 1-8 to 4-8, winning around almost single-handedly, unless Full Moon has something to say about it. Stuck out in B, gets both picks. Okay.
I like that movement, a little jiggly out of Full Moon, but Cheer is holding on the other side of things. Full Moon in an impossible position. A true 1v5 this round. The players on both fronts. Challenges on the other side, but Sheer will shut her down.
At a moment, that round was almost ace for ace. Clem, though, getting active in this game. Look at these op shots again.
Smart move.
The opener onto Haste as she drops away. The re-swing is so nice as well, and fully expects the third player.
And look, that Viper Wall is great at stopping an enemy opper from posting up on the line, assuming you hold the line the entire time. As soon as you give it up, a player like Clem is going to slip to the other side.
The other thing is with her playing Neon, she can get into that corner on a faster time than basically anyone else. Unless you are literally holding it from barriers drop, she has a window to weasel her way in.
Yeah, we do. I believe we are sorting some things out there on stage with a little bit of a delay. Only 2 more rounds remaining in this half, but it does feel like Nova have reset, right? Because this game started off 5-0. Ninetails looked like...
I mean, those first 2 rounds were dreary. It looked like they were out of it, a different team than map 1, kind of going in one at a time on these retakes. Now, you know, you got Clem shooting, you win a couple rounds to the heroics from Alyssa as well, and you start to have hope again that they win 1 or 2 more this half, and they can make something of attack.
Yeah, and I think that, you know, of course, while the tech pause is going down, the teams aren't going to be speaking to each other, but they are going to be thinking about what they can do. Seems like we have a bit of a gear issue we have to sort out down on the stage.
I think normally the teams aren't speaking to each other.
No, but they can think to
each other.
Think to themselves, think to each other. I don't know.
Are you thinking right now?
Look, all I know is that sometimes the best teams, they can communicate telepathically.
Really?
They just know what their player next to them is thinking. Yeah, and across the stage.
Wow.
You know, you start staring at your opponent, start staring them down, intimidating them a bit. Not these players, I think. When the players are doing their walkouts at the start of the game, Ninetails go down first. All of Nova are cheering them on. Then when Nova walked down, Samsami was cheering the rest of Nova coming down, but I was just updated. We are fixing an issue with the audio and in-ear for one of the players.
I got a pitch while we're waiting for this one.
Pitch me.
Segment. A lot of players with very cool dyed hair here. I think Dan Dryad should do like a dyed hair review or like tier list.
The Dan dyed it segment.
You know, the producers are back. Write that down. Write that down.
It's so good.
After the pun name, I like it.
Do we even need to keep playing Valorant, or should we just run the segment, run the bit? No, let's play Valorant.
Let's do it. Clem has the op. She just had a beast of a round last time.
And hey, maybe Ninetails could run another fast C hit. It was very successful just a few rounds ago. They got
Alyssa
into
has the lockdown though. She needs to live.
I don't know if she's going to be able to use it. Shirazi stuck in backside and the kill goes down. No ultimate to play with, but Shirazi is still here now, pushed away by the snake bite. A good reposition, but Haste with the teleport and Full Moon taking control over Garage. Absolutely blows up the map.
Now an attacker lockdown for the post flank if they even want to use it, but they won't. It's a 2-on-4. They have a reflank coming. This is a dreamy round.
Oh, good hold from Clem. Waiting for that lurk. And that could have given some ideas for Nova to play the round. Clem wants it. Picks up a rifle. Now fast lane. Slides to the other side. Haste still a problem in backside, but it's a great turn out of Clem. And Ninetails have sent a lurk through B on the other side of things. But that lurk isn't coming quickly enough. It's half stuck onto the spike. That shot is beautiful! Out of Ever! Soul lights up!
Such a sick spray transfer. It is very hard to pull that off in this game. And she just does it so beautifully. That's even looking ahead of these opening picks from Donna, killing the Killjoy. If Alyssa gets out, she was running out of that site. You have a lockdown for retake.
Whew, beauty.
Oh,
And it could have been something way different.
what?
I love her reaction. She doesn't even believe it.
It's especially impressive because the first player she killed was the diffuser. Oh, we're into the next round. Hold on. Ever got the 1v2, but is
Also
instantly
a
felt. Quick drop there.
It's a weird round. Clem has a Bucky. I think
I mean, talk about
just
weird.
the ult in the back pocket.
Alyssa is just hanging out on Gong without any utility.
Yeah, just a turret in Garage.
There was probably an alarm bot because I know that Ever has been sending early shock darts a lot onto front B. Could have been broken. Shirazi with a good little swing timing there.
Cover going out.
He still wants to come in, but you're not going to be prepared for the player Gong, especially with that spam going down. Haste has moved forward, but this setup from Nova has absolutely chopped up Ninetails. And coming after a tough half as well. A massive round to finish things off. Now starting to get aggressive. It's a fight through on A. Clem charging on forward with a Bucky. You know exactly where Samsami is.
Did she just surrender?
Just nasty.
I think that's what happened. Just put the gun away.
Just
sat in the corner.
Oh, my word. Regardless, we'll be Ninetails leading 8-4 at the half, but that's a fun way to end things for Nova.
Yeah, that's the kill that we just came into seeing. Icebox spamming to open the round.
And now let's see the surrender. And are you allowed to do that? That was even a spray.
Is that a war crime?
I think it might be.
We'll have to review that.
We'll investigate.
Flag on the play.
Flag on the play. Red card, and we'll investigate that.
She had a knife out still.
Yeah, you know what? Still threatening.
Still a
We're
combatant.
going to investigate that during this break. Don't go anywhere.
Red Bull gives you wings.
That's me falling in and out so fast, holding you back, back, back. Guilty of the pain I caused and of the conscience I lack, lack, lack. I will hold your hand while I'm 1 foot out the door. And it's all because I don't need you anymore. Heartbeats going fast, fast, fast. Oh, oh. Heartbeats going fast, fast, fast. That's me falling in and out so fast when I feel.
Well, Ninetails fire back here in the first half after falling down early on. But you can check out the Coinbase Econ report with Haste doing some big work for the team, especially in the early rounds. There was a point, Mimi, in that 5-0 start where Haste was sitting at 10-2 on the scoreboard.
Yeah, she was, I think, one of the biggest reasons Ninetails just turned around from losing map 1 and came alive in this second game of Haven. Looking ahead into the attack side now for Nova. I'm looking at Clem. She had a big comeback towards the end of the first half after starting, something like 1-7. Rallied that all the way back to get a couple key rounds with the operator. And now she is the one who is in the hot seat for a Nova that loves to play fast rounds, loves to go for quick hits. And something tells me the pistol won't be any different.
Yeah, Nova, they don't take their time. They get into things quickly. Already set up
Ninetails
5A.
is set up right for this, though. They have 4 players stacked on A.
And we'll see if Donna can step up as well. Donna is the youngest player at this tournament, 16 years old, playing under the most pressure she has ever had.
She's still in high school, by the way,
Yeah.
having to balance that with competing.
Working around her school schedule for Ninetails to get their practice, play these games. But here we go. Fight underway already as Clem sprints down into sewers. The rest of Ninetails getting mowed down by Icebox. We just missed the fight. It's a 3K from Icebox. A massive play on the other side, and Nova look for a flawless pistol.
I've seen enough. Bring it back into the pool.
Is this just propaganda? Icebox just wants to play the namesake map. Are you joking? Full Moon in a 1-on-5. Missed the chance earlier, and it's an Icebox 4K.
What just happened?
Okay.
3K for 3K. I'm just excited to watch the replay and see what the hell that was.
Yeah, we'll just let it simmer.
Okay, here we
let
go.
it sit.
So Icebox jumps up, wall falls, 2 spammed, and then the headshot.
Yep, the collateral. And then another, wait, was that also a collateral? On one of the shots.
It's close enough, we'll give it to you.
The best reactions ever, and continuing from their performances leading up to this.
So Nova back in it. 5 on the board after winning that pistol. Have themselves a nice anti-eco as they work up towards B.
A quick B-pop could be exactly what the doctor ordered in this round, except that Ninetails have already moved 2 players into the site.
No pressure elsewhere. Sami, I don't think she got seen there.
There's some good coverage, but Nova don't seem like they want to go too heavy in here.
They're pretty suspicious of going garage on an anti-eco.
But now they're calling back into A, where down on short, Donna has a shorty.
Or are they?
They're not.
Doubling back towards C now.
They're going everywhere. Donna actually just peeked forward on A, it looked like. Got information that...
But there's still 2 players heading that way.
Yeah,
In fact, Ninetails
are
are leaving C completely.
Yeah, and
just
I mean,
the turret.
truthfully, there's just classics here, and the timing could not be worse for Ninetails. Getting massively unlucky. They just wanted to full stack, gamble stack in the mid-round with low timing, and, well, Shirazi is going to find that walk up from Sami.
30 seconds left.
That ended up being a pretty tough timing for them. I think for whatever reason, that jiggle on long, they thought it was a clear long, and they could just stack back towards A. But instead, the entirety of Nova was lurking there.
I mean, look at some mini win conditions here in the rest of the round. Icebox is only 1 away from the Hunter's Fury after the 4K on the pistol.
Well, now she
And
has
there it
it.
is.
My ult is ready.
And that could be bad news, because you look at it, a couple of Guardians, a Vandal, a Bulldog, and a save.
Right
Nova
here.
could capture some of the snowball we saw Ninetails run in the first half.
And it's
Close
flawless.
in. Another 3K from Icebox. Leave some for your team. That's just greedy.
Yeah, we came into this game talking so much about Clem, the player who showed last time, Shirazi, the veteran. For me, today has been about Alyssa and about Icebox. Those 2 have been so impactful on defense, just in anchoring positions, getting so many multi-kills. Doing the same thing on the attack side here, too.
This is actually the first time we've had an 8-map pool at GCC with Icebox in the equation.
-2.
Mine, dang it. That's tough.
I got away with my Icebox joke, though.
We're just trying to use up all the material so none of the other casters can have a chance.
I know Mitch and Tom want to.
Funny guys trying their best, but there we go. The Hunter's Fury acquired in the last round. And now Haste pushed forward, taken down. Still 2 players playing onto short from Ninetails. Walking forward as well. Alyssa, though, with the gun swap, is able to get the 1-for-1. Now Ninetails all separated, taking their ones for the time being. That's a judge in the Viper's hands.
It's a double flank, too.
This is
but
grim.
with no pressure, CT, I think they're suspicious of something towards this flank now.
Yeah, this is really, really tough. Shirazi has control over long for the time being.
Normally you want to mask a flank like this by showing strong side elsewhere, but with the judge,
Yeah, you
can't do it.
It's impossible. I mean, at some point, Donna has to take the fight, but it comes in way too late. Nova win theirs.
Maybe surrender again? It feels grim.
Hope they run into you. I don't know what the answer could be.
I mean, no way to win the round at this point. It is over. That's a bonus round 1 for Nova.
And so the 5-0 start that Ninetails had to begin this map is now gone. Nova are going to be in spitting distance of tying things up, and this comes after their shocker win on the first map.
We've been talking about it a lot, but at past GCC events, the CN team has not done well. Not even a map won from any previous representative.
Yeah, so they've already, added that to the title card with the map win. Now can make it a series.
And they've done it too with Clem coming back, getting to kind of make better on her performance with EDG. She was on one of those teams that flew all the way out to GCC and just went home in 0202. Now a chance to do better with some new players, with some veterans from APAC.
I mean, this tournament does not give you a third chance. It gives you a second chance, not a third though, so you have to be able to adjust very quickly on the fly. Ninetails now on a Sheriff round. Good hold from Shirazi. I mean, light up the kill feed. That's 3.
Okay, 3K counter this game? That has to be like our 8th. It's been 3Ks all
There's a lot
day.
of them. By the way, while 3 kills are happening on C long, the spike was in process of being planted on B. No, but we're not taking their time.
She still has to judge. Don't worry. You'll get your chance
It's time
soon.
to die to spike.
No. Just save it one more round.
I think you just stay down in the sewer corner, right next to the spike, and just watch as the screen goes dark.
Yeah.
Nothing else to be done.
You make it sound so grim.
I mean, it is fairly grim. You just didn't get to play the last 2 rounds. You guessed wrong on the site you're playing. Then you have a judge for a retake. Like, nah, it's just not going to happen.
player standing.
Clem gets that kill. Samsami, we're in range to die to that one. Run on in and go next. We've got a new game. It's tied 8-8.
That it is. Big stakes now for Ninetails. They got bonus, they lost a pistol, and what started as a 5-0 lead is now a tie game. This is the home team, the first Korean squad to get a chance to play at Game Changers Championship. Fighting for their life now down a map in the series.
And a historic venue for them to be playing in as well.
How sick must that be to be, especially for someone like Donna, you're like a 16-year-old Korean player who gets to come out here, play for your home team in an international event in Lowell Park.
Yeah, so some of the greatest esports players, frankly, regardless of game, have stepped up on that stage and played there.
Yeah, you can sit where Faker sat and play a match. That's pretty cool.
Absolutely insane for these players, but now you're in a very tough position. You've already lost one map, now tied things up. You've lost the momentum in the second half, 4 rounds in a row here. And you have to turn things around to put on a show here.
That you do. It is a very tough fate to deal with. Getting that word with the coaches. You can see the focus coming onto their faces. And I really am looking at Donna, that 16-year-old star for this team. It's a composition that in a lot of ways is built around her getting aggressive on the extremities, taking space away, and threatening with that space, getting the kills, finding that performance. She has had a slow start to this game after being the best player on the squad when they played in the Pacific Regional.
And don't get a mistake, the support staff can get it done. You have tons of stall potential, but if your duelist is able to go out there and get opening picks, all of a sudden the rounds just become so simple to play. This time, Donna on the wrong side of the map for Nova, and a great shot from Samsami. Now the stall goes down. Ninetails have massive control around the map, sending Nova scattering and Donna locking down A long.
You have to take space away from Nova. Walk up on the extremities, hold these forward lines, because they're a team that is so willing to play very slow without proactively taking space.
And after Nova lose their duelist, now it becomes up to Alyssa to find a lurk timing. It becomes Nova's job to maybe go back into A, use the drone to re-clear, push Donna off the line.
These rounds go one of 2 ways. They either go in one by one and die, or someone makes the play. Someone steps up, and Alyssa wants to be that player.
It's interesting that Donna chose to get hit by the drone. Make it look maybe like there's more players on the A side than there actually were. And so Nova call back towards C. At the same time, Samsami, who was back plat at the start of the round, is now pushed all the way up close.
And she has an orb, can throw that up, get in it, play around it. So tough to clear.
Ooh, stepping into the fight as a matter of fact, and now that lurk into garage.
30 seconds left.
Takes out the Viper, full moon backside. Cut away as well. So Nova placed the pit down onto the ground. Up a player.
Spike planted.
Ninetails at risk of falling behind for the first time in this second map.
You're basically forced to go garage here. You have a Paranoia and a Dart to get through the choke, but all of that relies on Donna. She has to be the one to get them space.
It is time. Paranoia ready. Got to move the pit. You've got to get something done, but it won't happen. Sheer is there, and instantly, Ninetails hit the brakes. With their duelist down, they will run on out of here. Nova have pulled it all the way back and now have the lead.
After calling a timeout, after finally having guns online, just for it to be ripped away again. There have not really been any peeps out of Ninetails since we've gotten into the second half. And they have to find that footing very soon. Samsami did so much this round, getting that opening pick.
30 seconds.
Once they lost out on the duelist, you think it's going to be over. No.
Yeah.
Nova's still just scaling to this side so well together. And once the Viper's pit is down, it's almost a checkmate.
Well, Ninetails, it's starting to get dire. There's now 6 rounds in a row.
2 hero weapons, that's all they have.
Donna has pushed all the way down into mid. But look where Alyssa is holding. Ready for the window push. There's just no chance from Donna. Actually, she gets it done. Steps onto the big stage. Now it's one of the 2 hero rifles. Has to continue, but will be cut away. Blood comes on through from Ninetails, and it's a couple of nice kills out of Full Moon. Puts things in a 1-on-2. Shirazi is low. But Haste has a classic. And the guns are over in the corner. Here's the teleport back down there with the classic. And now Paranoia. Not waiting for the guns, going for the fights instead. Not enough bullets. Shirazi takes the round.
If she has a gun, I think she wins that.
She does, yeah.
She had a tag onto the first player. That could have been a kill with the Vandal. Had them both blinded in hell. But instead losing the previous round, not having the money to work with. And another lump of heartbreak added on.
Nice!
For Nova, it's all elation.
It's a flawless attack side.
They were down 0-5 to start. Now they've won 6 of their own rounds in a row.
But Ninetails have answers. That was the save 2 rifles. Now they have the weaponry. Now Donna can take this fight already out of the round. At the same time, pushing down C-Long. Samsami. Push down low. This take and Sight is getting exploded. Ever is still alive. Ever to be the hero. 2 kills already. Cannot find the third. And now as Ninetails just go in one after another. It is scattered in the approach.
A fast timing on the flank for Full Moon. Had the lockdown, but instead chooses to make the play.
There's nothing protecting this flank.
Poison's off.
Blinding. Eventually, Nova will suspect things. Paranoia early. And here she comes. Full Moon. Take your time. You need this round. You must win this round. Gun barrel scene and spins it right back round.
That was a round of heroes, of individuals trying to step up and make the play for Ninetails. That's how it goes when you're down. You feel desperate to get back in. And it so nearly went wrong. Donna dying early. Ever trying to flood into this site. Just barely keeping her team in it. They get it done. Finally break that streak. And now you start to talk about positives for Ninetails. The energy is back. They have 4 out of 5 of their ultimates online. And they're still within touching distance to bring this game back.
Can't let it slow down now. Need to turn this round into a few more. Again, playing for this A lobby control, unchallenged by Nova. That means Donna without a stun.
Toxin screen down.
A minute before the recon comes up, and now Donna's out of the round again. Haste needs to take this round back, but Shirazi has been so good. A staple of the GC scene. Now looking to carry CN to their first series win ever on the big stage.
How many times have we seen this round before? Ninetails into an A site. Or rather Nova, and Ninetails having to retake with it. Judge in Samsami's hands.
I mean, the ultimates are beautiful for Ninetails, but
I don't think you want to use them in a 3v5 unless you can get a pick.
Yep.
Find something to believe, but they disagree.
Bandit's coming with a Hunter's Fury on the other side. Icebox will just shut that out of the round. Quick handshake. Now Ninetails with an impossible ask. You're never breaking out of that choke.
Again, the Judge in spawn. How many times has she been here?
There's just no bullets left either. Nova go up to 11. Ninetails sent, I mean, only the lockdown, all things said and done, but
that was their biggest stall, and it's gone now.
And by the way, Shirazi moves up to 20 kills in that round. Not even holding for the walk-up, but it's just that extra amount of time because you repositioned up onto the box that Haste has to adjust to, and that 0.25 seconds costs the kill.
You see her coming alive in these games. The veteran player of this squad, out of everyone in the lobby, she's one of the few who's been to GCC before, who has performed at events like this.
I'm out of here.
Clem, Judge in hand actually, trying around herself. As Sheer goes hell. No one ready for that, it's full stuck. Quick into the site, Nova. Absolutely ripping things apart. Donna fires back. Now with a chance for a little bit more, and Ever goes down too.
Cover going out.
It was an eco for Ninetails. But even with that, so much was resting on this round. Nova take this, they're on series point. This angle from Alyssa. Whoa! Full moon. The beautiful shot on the classic. Hold on! Ninetails. Can you get it done? One-on-one. Sheer around the side! And Sheer takes it through for the Red Bull clutch.
Such an incredible clutch from Sheer. Had very little time to actually isolate these fights. There's Full Moon who hit that shot, recovered a weapon. And a second later as that swing comes through.
You forget.
And Clem is just so excited, feeding that energy into her teammate who just won the clutch. Puts it down to what could be the last round for Ninetails.
It would be a heartbreaking way for Ninetails to start off this tournament on home turf. Need 3 in a row. That's the way to begin. Oh, re-challenging the fight. Samsami feeling the pressure, feeling like she has to do way more than normal to equalize the playing field.
And with her dead, the pressure of this round, you almost feel like it again goes down to Donna, who has struggled in this game thus far, who was so good for Ninetails in the run-up to this event.
Drone spotted from Haste. But Ninetails don't really adjust to that information.
No, Donna stays on A, reposts in plat, in a position to be the pivotal player.
We've asked it of Donna before, now sees the head. They've downloaded her position, the stun comes in, she dodges it. Dodges the first round. Nova advance into the site. It's a mess down here. And Donna is the only one alive. Donna's out of bullets. Donna moving around, sliding through. But it will rest on Ever. And a 1-on-2. Clem can taste it. Faltered with EDG previously on the global stage. Now she has a chance to win the first series for China at GCC. Then she does just that.
You can see the elation. Clem immediately jumps up to hug her teammates. Such a turnaround for these players. For Clem, who missed out on that emotion before. Now surrounded from veterans coming from a different region.